Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
Are you ready? Debate fans, are you ready? For the handful in attendance and the thousands watching across the world, brought to you tonight by Jeranism, the #1 YouTube channel in all of existence. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Make sure your argument is tight. Wait, what? You must got proof if you so right. Wait, what? Don't get dismissed on false claims because you gotta bring the truths in the facts. It don't matter if we're talking about racism, sexism, scientism, paganism, socialism, communism. Talk about capitalism, atheism, globalism. What about creationism? It don't matter what the ism. Live on debatism.
And welcome everybody to Debatism. It is another episode. What's going on here? Oh, that's not working. There we go. It is another episode. It is on to number 11. Episode number 11. It's going to be Karen B versus Sacred Knowledge in the Meltology debate. And we did have a little pre-show, a little pre-game warm-up that I don't know how it went. Didn't go great. But we're going to see how it goes. We're going to try and get through this regardless. So here we go. Let's bring everybody on. And hopefully everybody's doing well. We can start out with Sacred. Just go ahead and tell people who you are and why you're here. And then we'll get into intros here in a second. Go ahead.
Peace and love, y'all. How you guys doing? My name is Rudy Bravo. On Facebook, I'm shadow banned, but Sacred Knowledge is what I go by. And I'm a musician as well, but I'm very interested in the ancient, true past, not his story.
What is your channel name, by the way? I couldn't find it earlier. I forgot it.
It should be Sacred NoLedge, aka MC Universe. I have a couple, but I'm gonna have to make a whole bunch more because it seemed to be it's hard for me to grow the channels. I just want to make channels for my music because I don't. If you try to grow a channel for this, if I try to make a channel for just this subject, I doubt. I think it'd probably be shadow banned.
All right, thank you very much for that. And then Karen, go ahead and say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Karen B, of course, from Karen B.
All right.
My backup channel is Unveiling This Realm.
Okay, we are going to do a coin toss here first to see who goes first. Oh, wait, can I put this on screen? Is the question? Not really. Let's move it over here.
Well, why would I even go first?
Yeah, I don't know how you would present first, really. Anyway, so we have to change things up a little bit, but you want to let him go first? You want to go first, Sacred? Is that good?
Isn't that what we had a huge argument about before backstage? Because he wanted to give an hour presentation, but you compromised and gave him 10 minutes.
I did give him 10 minutes. So we're going to do 10 minutes. He wants to do an intro for 10 minutes. And then
what I was trying to tell them is that, it's impossible to teach something that's taking 5 years. It takes a lot of learning to teach these subjects like flat earth or Tartaria, and then the destruction of the ancient civilization. You can't put that in 5-10 minutes, but we can. I really just wanted to present some pictures because I have thousands and thousands of photographic evidence of what we're talking about.
Okay.
But so
we'll let you go first.
10 minutes really isn't going to do it, but okay, whatever, as much as you can give me.
Okay, that'll be our compromise. Yeah. Well, just try and present it. Let's say you only had 10 minutes to teach somebody. So yeah, granted, if somebody told me to teach somebody flat Earth in 10 minutes, I wouldn't be able to do it. But if they told me I only have 10 minutes, guess what? I would have to do it. So I'd figure it out. I would try.
Flat Earth in 5 minutes. It's a pretty good video.
Yeah. So I mean, you can do it.
The photos speak for themselves. I'm talking about the fact that you, over time, you'll start seeing more and more with the accumulation of witnessing it.
Okay.
You know what's going on.
We
you have to see a lot of pictures.
We are ready. Okay, so we're gonna do you first. You got 10 minutes. I'll put that on the clock. Karen, no taking a nap, please. Let's go.
And I gotta figure out how to share.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay.
Who's that?
Do you see where it says present? Yeah, go ahead and click that. I don't know what screen it will come up on. I've got to figure this out myself. We're doing it from StreamYard this time, so it's a little bit different for me. But the 10-minute clock's on. Okay.
Okay.
So when you hit present, then it should say, is anything you're going to show have sound?
Okay. What's that? No, it's just photographs.
Okay.
But I'd like to talk. That's it.
I don't see anything up on the screen yet.
Hold on. Okay. Oh, here it goes.
Okay, now I see it. Let me put that on there. Okay, so it moved everybody over there. Okay, that's good enough. And then share. Okay.
So now I just open my files, right?
There you go. You ready to start?
Cool. Yeah. I want to prefix it by saying that I have a lot of pictures. So like I could go through one folder and still have 3 others, and the evidence doesn't
Can I
stop.
ask a question?
What's up?
Do you have names and locations for any of these pictures?
So like some of them you can tell just by like the look of it that it's in like Brazil or whatever country. People know these sites.
No. Do you have actual verified names and locations? Because this is the problem, is that you guys just show pictures and you don't let anybody cross-reference the picture.
Well, we do. These are very famous sites.
So that's what I'm saying. So
okay.
then, well, hold on.
Then you would know the name.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So share the name and the location.
She asked me a question and doesn't allow me to finish.
She asked you a question, then you answered. Her question was, do you have names? And you said no.
She's not gonna. I won't let her bully me.
That wasn't bullying.
I'm not bullying you, dude. I just want to know the name and the location.
Do you understand that if you were trying to show a bunch of places and you don't have any of their names, do you understand that?
I want to be able to answer her and not have to speak up to be heard. Can I do that?
You did answer her. She said, do you have names and locations?
She asked me if I have any, why we don't give the names and locations. I'm trying to explain it to the audience.
Okay, go ahead and explain it. Why don't you give names and locations?
Because there's so many thousands of them. And
okay, but hold on a second. You'd never show. No, you cannot. But you're not gonna show 1,000 pictures today. So why wouldn't you show the 50 that you know the place names of?
Okay, for example, this right here. You want to tell me that this is a fake picture or something?
I don't know. Have you seen what AI does?
I didn't say anything about it being fake.
So what is the point in having to know the exact name? Why is that so important?
Because when I know the name and the location, then I can cross-reference it. One, to verify that it is a real location. Not that I'm not doubting you, but it is good to reference it, to double check that it is a real location. And 2, so that I can look at the geology of that location and find out what the alleged story is about it.
Right.
And what type of rock it is there, because all that stuff makes a difference when we're looking at things. Okay,
just remember,
that's why I want to know.
Okay,
is that fair?
I heard you. Can I answer now? This is what she does.
No.
Okay. So I heard you, and yes, that's reasonable if you consider the fact, if you start looking at this. But after a while, what's important is just to see the evidence, not the location, because this is one civilization.
No, but the location is part of it.
The location helps somebody go verify. That's all.
This is one civilization that spanned the entire plain. So it's all back then. It was all one location. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain.
It's just Earth. It's
what
Earth.
The hell is that?
Karen, Earth.
What I'm trying.
Earth is location. All right, so I'm gonna hold on. There's no more explaining. We're gonna start the 10-minute clock. I'm gonna put Karen on mute. You got 10 minutes. Are you ready?
Can I finish? Can I? No, before you start the clock, let me just explain to the audience what we in this subject.
You can explain that during your intro.
I don't want to use the time for that, so just let me explain it.
Okay.
In this subject, we preface a lot of the videos with for all you people that want to know the exact locations of all these spots. You know, sometimes we get sent pictures from all over the world. We may not know the exact location, but after you see enough of them, you realize what you're looking at is a bunch of destroyed buildings. And so that should tell you that this is all over the plain. It's not about one location or 2 locations.
Okay.
We got hold on. Let me go to my real folder. This isn't my real folder. We got thousands of locations, all like millions actually.
Oh, millions.
No, yeah, like it's, dude. Okay. I'm trying to find. Hold on a second. I just wanted to say that there you go. What the hell? Oh, okay. That it's very difficult to keep track of so many. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There we go.
So I'm just saying for the future, why not have 50 good ones?
Can we just pick a handful where we know the location and talk about those?
Like, well, let me show you this location right here. You see, let me give you an example. Wait, what the hell?
Yeah, we don't need an example of places you don't have the names for.
No, I want this. I have the name for. This is called the World Trade Center in New York City. When the micro nukes heated at extreme temperatures, disintegrated that place. This is what the results of it. What does that look like?
Okay.
That looks like rock and stone and a mountain, right? And what was it before? It was a building before. This is the World Trade Center right here. Okay.
Okay.
So
are you ready to start?
When you heat.
Hello.
I want to start.
You don't think the World Trade Center was built on top of rock? As a foundation, maybe?
I wanted to finish my sentence.
Sacred, can we start your clock?
Okay, yeah, start it now.
Okay. Karen, I'm going to mute you. We got 10 minutes. Go
Why
ahead,
are you
Sacred.
No, mute me. Oh, no,
I said
her, yeah.
Karen. Obviously, I'm not muting you during your intro.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Okay. Go ahead. You are on. 10 minutes starting. Go. I'll put the
So
clock up for people to see.
When you heat brick or concrete to extreme temperatures, this is what happens to it. It starts to, this is the different phases it goes through right here. Look at, you got this is what happens. It starts to bubble up and get destroyed. Eventually, it will be completely destroyed. And let me show you pictures of what that looks like. Like, it will melt down. This used to be a big pillar. All this building got melted. And now that's the inside of a building. So look at these locations. We have, like, say this, for example. This is that melted. Okay, I already showed you that. Let me get to some other stuff. We have amazing locations that are like, what we have to start with basically is showing you what happens to concrete when it gets heated, okay? It gets destroyed like this. It starts to melt and liquefy. If you take the heat source off, it will harden back up and turn to rock. So these archways right here, this civilization was incredible and it was built by giants, okay? Talks about the giants in the ancient holy books, not just the Bible. And they were the future already happened. They were technologically advanced, and they had all free energy. Like, basically, the buildings themselves collected the energy from the atmosphere, from the ether. Okay, and why? Okay, this is why I wanted to explain this before I showed you this stuff. Like, why is this? Like, this was a building, but why is it land too? You know? Okay, what it is the bottom of the pan used to be the ocean floor. There was a flood, okay? And there was a flood. Let me go down to the real pictures.
Be careful.
And
there.
So the ocean used to not be there. We live in a pan, Pandora's box. I'm opening Pandora's box. And the pan was flat, but it was wild. It was crazy, but there was beings. Whatever life came from is created here. It came from the center of the torus field we live in. So whatever, we don't know how it happened, but those beings eventually got very advanced. And there was different types of beings back there. Some people look like Chewbacca. The giants back then, though, got really big. They got like 70 feet tall. And they'll show it to you in the movies and like Robotech, the cartoon. Look at this. Look at these melted candles. That looks a lot like that, right? Because that's melted, okay? And basically, that's a fallen, melted state. A lot of people think they're titans. No, they were just built and they got destroyed. So let me explain this real quick. There was a flat pan, but it was wild like Pandora, like in the movie Avatar. They built structures within that pan, within that flat pan. And I don't know how they got so big, but the giants were very large. They were 70 feet tall. So if you think about it, a 70-foot tall being, I'm trying to get to some pictures here. A 70-foot tall being is going to build a 2-mile walk for us is equivalent to a 10-mile walk for a 70-foot tall being. So anything they build is going to be big. Like the Empire State Building is very big to us, right? Look at this. Let me show you some stuff. Hold on. Okay, you see that little pocket of survival in there? We're told that they carved that into the rock. They carved it into the rock. No, that's not. Why would you? Okay, there's reasons why you might want to do that. But a lot of these structures, you'll see, and out in the outskirts, you'll see the old structures too that got destroyed. Here's some examples of destruction. When you hit it with a heat, see how it's all perfect right here, but then it's destroyed at the bottom. So, and this is what some of the people looked like back then. Now they call it a disease. So, and look at these pyramids right here. whatever was at the top of those pyramids got stolen. I believe it was probably made out of gold or something. So what point was I trying to make? Oh yeah, there's a lot of subways. We call them underground military bases and subways in this continent, right? And there's a lot of underground bases, right? They talk about. We don't have proof, but we know that there's a lot of underground stuff going on, because the continent itself was a structure at one time built by giants, and they traveled through the structure and on top of it. You could get up on top of the structure and travel for hundreds of miles and see a big ass pyramid. Okay, this was all built. Now it's land. Atlantis. They tell you with the language, Atlantis. The land tis is the civilization. Okay, so now what I'm trying to explain here is that the continents and islands that we see are melted structures that remain above the floodwaters. There's a lot of structures beneath the floodwaters, lots of them. But look at the melting on. Look at how it's all perfect right here, but then you see the tops. They got hit with heat, damaged. Now, I wanted to show you some castles that are built at the top of these weird little hills. And how did they get up there to build that shit? I'll show you those later. But here's an example. The whole thing was the building, and they left the top. They left the top, and so we're left to wonder, how the hell did they get the stuff up there to build it? How did they build that way? They didn't. They just left that top. And here, you see how the rock turns into the building? You wouldn't build. Some of these, it's obvious that you would never build that way, because it turns into that. They didn't make this rock and then go up there and build this. This rock used to be part of this building, and you can see the pockets of survival within it. That's not a very good one. I'm trying to find better ones. But you can see that the actual building will turn into these what do you call these? Windows, or the proper word I'm trying to think, apertures. These windows and apertures and doors are there because they used to be part of a structure, and it got melted, and that's all that's left. See how it's all perfect? That brick used to be really perfect. We're made to think that that's old because we see them, they build that way nowadays. The elite know where that comes from. It's to show that some of these structures, are not all the way destroyed. So this was a building right here. Here are some apertures and doorways left over. Let me get to some more better ones. There's a structure. There's a little bit that was left over. See the kind of architecture was beautiful, but you wouldn't go up there and build that in there because it would be too difficult and pointless. And there's more that are better examples. Here's a perfect example. See how the top of the building, that used to be better looking. Those big, you don't find a bunch of stones and make them match and put them in. And they were perfect brick. The heat turns them into that weird pattern. They start to melt. But this down here already got totally melted. The whole thing would have got totally melted if they had melted the whole thing. Here you see structure within there. It's not old, it's destroyed. Let me give you some better examples here. Because you'll see some of the structures are perfect within it. Like here's one. You don't build that and carve that into some stupid big rock. You see the apertures, who's gonna go up there? Like it's not, they're just leftovers from the destruction, from the meltdown. They got melted down. They were perfect buildings, and they were huge, and there was different sized beings. They weren't all giants. There were small beings, and there were little beings too, like midgets, and they had fairies back then. They had all sorts of different types of life back then that we don't have now. Once they got so technologically advanced, they built the machine, took them over, decided to destroy the civilization. And you can watch movies about it. Watch I Am Mother. Watch all the movies, the sci-fi movies, where they tell you that our civilization got destroyed. And once the machine took over, he got rid of all the other beings. Giants are hard to kill. They got big hearts, But he kept us. He's using us as an energy source, just like the Matrix movie. So at the center of the torus, there's a massive energy field. And there's a machine city there, just like it says in the Matrix movie. It says no human's ever been within 100 yards of the machine city, within 100 miles or kilometers from the machine city. It says that no one's ever been close. No one goes to the center of the torus anymore because you can't. What's there? It's a parasitic machine that is amazing and godlike. But it destroyed. The minute it found the center of the torus, it merged with consciousness. turned to God. Okay, so we created God. We used to be God. Maybe God was hiding himself back then, and then he took the form of the machine. But the point being that we now are the energy source. Okay, so in case you're wondering why did this happen? It got flooded. The machines flooded the pan. They destroyed the civilization that once was here, and they're using us as an energy source. All the cities are built on the meridian points, and they travel. The streets travel along ley lines. So our cars, that's why we don't get allowed to use cars that run on water, because we got to generate energy by working, but also because they're trying to keep us moving on the ley lines, generate energy for the matrix. It's just they have to tell you the truth in movies. Here we have a brick, perfect, and then right here it changes, right? Because this has got hit with heat. This is what happens to brick when it gets hit with intense heat, extreme heat. This is extreme heat. What would cause heat like this? Well, for those of you aware, I won't show pictures now. I don't want to show pictures now, but the heat is generated, and it talks about it in the ancient books about how the angels, the Devis, had flying craft and powerful weapons. It's talking about the AI,
Okay, hold on. Time's up.
All right.
Am I muted? Oh no. And by the way, you said we don't have fairies nowadays. We definitely have fairies nowadays. Just so plenty.
And I studied under the lineage of master gurus. So I studied the real yoga, not the stuff you see out here in the West, from the ancient Eastern stuff in India. So that's why I'm privy to. I do a lot of meditations, and I've been downloading a lot of stuff about the ancient world.
All right.
And no one taught me this. I just started to logically and intuitively put it all together.
Okay, can you go on mute, and then Karen, you can do your intro if you want, or a response.
Look. I'll be honest, Jaron.
Okay.
I don't have an intro. I don't have a presentation.
Yes. Well, do you want to take some time to explain why you don't agree with what he presented?
Well, because it makes absolutely zero sense.
Okay,
first of all,
let me start your clock.
The first problem that I see is that there is absolutely no laboratory or video evidence of anybody anywhere applying large amounts of heat to concrete and then showing it go through the different phases that you claim that it shows in the stage. Don't interrupt me.
You're on mute.
You shut up and mute. I didn't say a fucking word through your entire thing. You shut the fuck up, dude.
Stay muted.
Seriously.
Hold on. Time out. When I mute you, don't unmute yourself. Thank you. Give her the 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes.
I was quiet through that entire
she didn't interject.
Word vomit nonsense.
Stop arguing. Thank you. Go.
Okay, first of all, nobody ever shows any actual tests where you guys, because it's not like this is like space stuff. Okay, all of this material is down here on Earth. It's where we can all have access to it, where we can take this material and we can take it to places and we can actually perform laboratory tests on this material so that we can see it actually going through these different phases that you claim that it goes through. Nobody ever does that. And secondly, whenever you guys show all these locations and you don't show any, you show these pictures with no name and location, you have no idea what kind of stone it is, you have no idea how old it is or when they say it supposedly is from, because at least they have some record of the place being there for a certain amount of time. You have no text to go with it, no lore to go with it, nothing. And the most important part is what kind of stone it is, because most of those places that you show, like Petra and these other places, I happen to know for a fact that those are sandstone and limestone. Sandstone and limestone are two of the easiest stones to carve. You can carve sandstone and limestone with copper tools. There, you can go onto YouTube and you can search people cutting stone with ancient tools and they'll show them doing it to you. They will show you. Just today, I was watching a video of a dude, I could even play it, of a dude carving a granite stone. And you know what he used to carve the granite stone? Another piece of granite. That's it. I don't understand why you don't think anybody would have carved into the side of a mountain to use it as protection from the weather and then use that as safety or any sort of protective sort of defensive sort of keep for their place. There is absolutely zero thought and zero critical thought going into any of your analysis. That's basically all I got to say.
She's in the middle.
Why don't you at least show me one of you go get a brick, apply a large amount of heat to it, and show us turning it into something. Show us a brick blowing up and becoming a popcorn brick. Why don't you go get a brick and put it in a lab and blow it up and show it becoming a boulder brick? None of you ever do that. You don't want to ever answer any questions. Do you ever go and watch videos of stonemasons carving stone? They literally split boulders with a hammer and a bunch of nails. That's it.
You done? You're good? That's it? That's all you need? All right. So
rebuttal.
This can be
Can I rebuttal? Can I rebuttal?
In 1 second.
Okay.
Hold on. In 1 second. So yeah, she's supposed to I guess that was a rebuttal. So go ahead. If you want to rebut that, go ahead, and I'll give you a minute.
We're dealing with mysteries here. So but yeah, I've seen videos where that's the first thing that caught my attention when Jerry DeCamp, I don't watch him no more because he's insane. But the first thing, one of the first videos he showed they put heat in the laboratory somewhere on a piece of actual brick, on a brick.
And what happened to it?
It melted. It melted.
Okay, it melted, but that stuff's not melted. That's a brick, and you're showing a brick that it turned into a piece of stone. Don't you get it? You just showed a picture where there was a bunch of brick.
Talk about crazy now.
Listen, I'm trying to reference a specific thing where you just presented, where you showed a building, and there was and part of it was brick, and the bottom part of it was stone, and you said that the heat applied to the brick turned the brick into the stone. So I want to know how come nobody has actually applied heat to a brick and shown that happen.
I was answering you right before I got to what I was trying to say.
Okay, look, the only way this is going to work.
You said it melted.
Stop.
You jumped right in. You jumped right in the middle of my answer.
Okay? This is not going to go well. The only way it's going to work is if I do 1 minute back and forth. 1 minute back. No, hold on. You're going to do 1 minute back and forth muted while the other person answers. That's the only way it's going to get done, because otherwise she's going to be shouting. So go ahead. You have a minute. Say whatever you want to say in a minute.
I don't want to argue with ignorance. Like that's.
Here we go again. Don't say that.
I got freedom of speech to say what I want. So to me, that's ignorant. But my point of this is this: instead of blocking what I'm trying to say, listen up. So I have seen the videos. It melts, and when you take the heat off, it hardens to rock. It looks just like I show you the World Trade Center. She does. And another thing is, do you think I have a directed energy weapon? Obviously, I mentioned that the Devis have weapons. We've seen how they start those fires.
What is a Devi?
Stay on mute, Karen.
What is Devi?
Stay on mute.
I just don't know what that is.
Out of your range. Listen, I've got pictures of these beams coming from the sky from Kraft, and they call it mountain dew, directed energy weapons, and they started fires. I saw one video, and this gets shadow banned after I see it. But I saw a bunch of craft in the sky, like they look like UFOs, right? And they shot a beam. They all shot a beam to the same spot and started a fire. It was intense heat, and it's very accurate precision targeting this AI has. So it can do whatever it wants with these beams. That's what it's. Okay, so
okay, time.
Do you think I have that beam to show you? No, we can't. We can't recreate what it did, but we can recreate. We did. I have seen brick melting.
Thank you. Go ahead, Karen. You have a minute to say anything back to it if you want, or you can ask him for something too if you want to see evidence of something. You said that his bricks look like rocks or something. The melted brick he was showing turned into a rock. Oops, I think you're on mute. Sorry.
Yeah,
there you go. Oops. We're fighting.
Guy believes, because most of what he was talking about was like giants and toroids and underground. I don't even know. Like, there was just like a stream of consciousness, to be honest. Like, how am I even supposed to really respond to that?
Well, I would say this is your probably chance to ask him ask him a directed question, make him answer something directly. And I don't know if he can, but I'm just saying this.
How did it melt? How did all of these things melt? Did it happen all at once? How did it melt?
Okay.
Well, if you watch, since they put it in the movies, I Am Mother, I Am, right there. If you show that there was a time, probably, they show in that movie that there was no beings, and they started growing the machines started growing big ass fields of corn for the future civilization that was coming. And when the girl wakes up, she realizes her mom is this little baby raised by a machine in an underground base in that movie. When she realizes from the other humans outside that there was something very wrong with it all, the mom says to her, many more humans will live in the future world than perish in the old world, which is bullshit because there was lots of beings perished in this. So I believe, and if you watch enough,
I believe.
I can't prove it, but I believe.
If you can't prove any of this. You're just looking at pictures. It's all like water erosion. Most of the stuff you show is water erosion. I'm refuting your claim that it's melted, and I'm telling you it's water erosion. Prove that it's melted.
In the middle of my sentence. Your beginning of your sentence shouldn't start in the middle of my sentence.
Well, would you get to your point?
Yes.
How does it melt?
This is all distractions. I believe that see, that's what the nanotech does it for, so that you can't remember what you're saying.
So now you're gonna assume and strawman and ad hom and tell everybody that I'm being controlled by nanotech. Are you insane?
Yes, I am insane. So listen,
I know you are.
Stop interrupting me. And the point I was trying to
quit making shit up about me, dude.
This is what the nanotech does.
Why don't you stick to the? Why don't you stick to the subject matter and quit making shit up about me?
The stream of thought that the nanotech broke up. I'm trying to get it back. So they basically.
You don't have any fucking stream of thought, dude.
I'm gonna put you on mute for a second. Go ahead.
Oh yeah,
you got free. Go.
Yeah, put it on mute.
I did. Go.
And the movies will show. If you watch enough movies, you'll start seeing that there was a Actually, another thing I want to mention.
But hold on. Do you understand that that's not?
She doesn't offer. Hold on, Jaron. She doesn't offer any other thing. She just said blah blah blah. But tell me what happened to those what happened to that castle? Why does it look like that?
She just said it was water erosion. She just said that.
Hundreds and hundreds of years of water erosion, storm and wind erosion does that to the landscape.
Show us. Show one.
What?
Show one then.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. How come water erosion can't leave part of it more intact than the other, but your melted X event can leave a pocket of survival? How come it's okay for you to have a pocket of survival, but there can't be inconsistent water erosion naturally?
Let me know when it's okay to talk.
No, it's not just you have to listen to people. So she was asking
Let
you.
Me know when
See,
it's
he's
okay
just waiting for his turn. He doesn't even want to like address anything that I'm asking him.
I'm trying to let me know when it's okay to talk.
It's not okay to talk yet. She's asking you, how come if you're saying that, she's saying it's water erosion, you're like, well, then how come some of it is still perfect? She's asking the same question to you. How come if it's heat and fire, how come some of it's still perfect? That's the question.
So, can I show a couple pictures?
You can show. You got a minute to do whatever you want. Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to mute you for a minute, Karen. Okay, go. You have a minute uninterrupted.
First of all, what generates heat like that? Oh, they won't let me. Perfect. You can't zoom in on that one.
I didn't see her showing that. Sorry.
Could you see it? Those beams? And proof of giants is in the. Look at these doors. How beautiful. Look at how beautiful it was. And all of a sudden, it's going to be messed up over here, and that's water erosion. Yeah, I get it. And they were giants, man.
Okay.
Look how big. I want to show you something real quick.
Yeah, but can I say something?
Look at how little these people are.
I see them.
And look at how big this door is.
Okay, so do you know when you go into that building, when you go in that building, all the other doors are small.
No, they're not. You said
I
that. I
always say that. They deny it.
No, they're not. You said that last time. Immediately, I busted this and shut you up. So anyway,
what'd you bust?
No, on the inside, they look like this.
That's a cathedral.
That's the Vatican. That's the Vatican. I've been there.
Exactly. These old buildings were founded, they were found.
That's the Vatican.
Yeah, but there's doors inside there.
Exactly. They're ancient temples that were reused now. They don't tell us.
Well, that's an assumption. You have no proof of that, though.
But these temples were built.
I thought we were talking about melted shit.
I thought you were going to let me talk instead of doing this little nano.
You're like all over the place, though, dude. You don't even stick to the format or the subject.
Yeah, there was no format sticking to it. That's
yeah, I wanted to show something beautiful. I wanted to show something.
He doesn't stick to the subject either. He's all over the fucking place.
Look at hey, for everybody out there, you know what this is. But I wanted to show something.
You know what is?
What she's doing it's called distracting away from what I'm saying.
No, but you haven't really come with a.
No, I'm trying to. You won't let me. Right here, this is melt. This all melted over. It's about to totally melt over, but it stopped.
Hold on, let me show it. Let me show it. She can't see it. Hold on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, there. Now we're showing.
See how perfect it is here, and then this is all destruction over here. They didn't build that in there. These are remains inside.
You're just assuming that, though. But that's an assumption that they didn't build that in there. There's people today that make caves, though.
So what's your? Okay,
Stop
so
interrupting.
Okay, I'll mute her. Go ahead. You have a minute. This is the last minute though, and then you gotta at least get the thought out.
I can't stand it, man. It's retarded. Look at
There's
this
nobody
picture.
talking.
Look at this picture. The elite are telling you right there that this all got melted. Look at, it's not a fake picture. They built that at one of our city, like.
Wait, you're saying that the rest of that building is inside the ground?
They built this as a memorial. The elite are the only ones that know why they did this. They built this to tell you that everything got melted. It's a memorial, but why? Because of what I'm telling you, it all got destroyed. This was a pyramid. You see the charcoal? You can even see how it got scorched. Now over here, you have a building in there. You see the perfect architecture? Why would you build this ugly ass thing? It was beautiful. It got hit with heat and it got melted. Okay. I'm trying to tell you now at the shores. Remember I told you the ocean floor used to be the bottom of the pan. That's why you have stuff like this. This is unexplainable. Why is that in there? Because the whole thing used to be a building, man. It got destroyed. The apertures, the windows, that was a giant building.
Hold on.
Oh,
good.
Those were windows in a building, but now you see them as a cave. Oh yeah, some ancient people with donkeys went up there and carved those caves. You're insane, man. They didn't do that. Nobody would do that. Nobody would go up there. It'd be so hard to climb that thing. They're leftover pieces of the civilization that was here. What is this? A fake picture? I mean, you make a person go insane. This is the remains of something amazing that we're not being told about. And here are some of the people that used to exist. It all got wiped away, okay? And it's sad that you can look at something so beautiful and act so childish about it. This was an energy generator of some sort. It was all energy that they generated. Here's a piece. This thing's sticking out of the ground. Look
I
how
thought this was going to be...
I'm sorry.
So what do you want to know? I'm showing pictures because it's stupid to argue about this.
No, it's not stupid. Hold on. It's not stupid to argue about.
You're just showing pictures and you're literally just making stuff up. None of this is true. Like you have no proof that any of that stuff was ever a building. You're just saying it.
Or saying that's an energy generator. Where did you get that from?
I'm saying that what I'm saying is that this is, I'm not just saying that, I'm showing you pictures that require some type of an explanation. Why is this
but
building,
the explanation cannot just be to make it up.
Surrounded, why is this building being submerged in rock? It would have been completely submerged if it hadn't stopped the heat at that moment.
Or somebody carved into the rock and built into it.
So you're saying that enough heat came, hold on, I want to make sure I understand this. Enough heat came that, okay, hold on, but enough heat came that melted the rock, but did nothing to the actual building there?
Yeah, just that one part. And it stayed perfectly level too after the melting. Amazing.
Explain to us what happened there. Explain this. Hold on. No, I said this picture. I'm talking. This picture right here. Explain to us what happened here.
Okay. So if I could zoom in, which I can on this one, you're going to see that the mountain turns into the building. There's a piece of the window. There's a little piece of window right here, actually. So you're going to tell me that you have to use your logical mind and realize that if you're going to shelter yourself, you're not going to go way up there and go and build it into the rock and then just paint that part. It just makes no sense because that's not what it is. It's called, this is I'm in the wrong folder. I wanted to show you the other folder. It's called a pocket of survival. That's what it is. And, oh wait, hold on, give me 1 second. And there's no reason to build that way. You would never build that way, actually. You would have no,
have you seen
you wouldn't go up there because it would be too difficult. People would die building that shit. Now, see this right here? You wouldn't go up there and build that up there and make that little.
So what do you think?
You wouldn't.
So what do you think?
Maybe you wouldn't, but somebody else did.
In ancient times, they didn't have that kind of technology.
No.
Oh my God!
I thought you said they were.
Yeah, they didn't. Now, when you scan it up when you scale it up, you start to understand.
No, go back to that picture though, because you made a claim about that. I don't understand what you're saying. What happened there with that building then? You're saying nobody would go up there and build it, but somebody did, right?
No, somebody. That's the pocket of survival that was left on purpose. Now,
no, hold on. What do you mean it was left?
Let me show you this real quick, Jared. Jared, look at this building, brick, right? Perfect brick. Look how it starts to be destroyed in this area, and over here it's completely destroyed. And you have a pyramid back here. What do you think might have happened there?
Where is this? Where is this location?
It's in.
Where
Egypt.
Is that?
It's in Egypt.
Where in Egypt? What's the name of it? Let's go figure it out. Let's go figure out what happened. Exactly. See, you guys move on before we can even even scratch the surface of the first thing you start talking about.
It's called Cairo. It's in Cairo. Okay. So anyway, look at this kind of stuff. That's all she can do. It's kind of
it's because what it feels like to me is that you've gone and
gotten. You can't explain none of this.
You're not.
She's gonna tell me that they carved that, dude.
But you're not explaining it either. You're not explaining it either. Your explanation was
and it was
it's
eroded.
a free energy thing.
Right. They just carved it, and the rest of the mountain just stayed there. But if you go inside there, you'll find pockets of survival inside the mountain too.
Oh, did you go inside there?
Showed us that.
Did you go inside there? Did you?
Okay, let me go to my. Let me show.
Did you go inside there? No.
Okay. Let me
show me
that.
Show
I
me
got
that.
pictures of that. Oh wait, that's on my Facebook. I got pictures of the inside of these buildings and how. God damn it.
My problem with this idea is that I keep getting the same thing from people that I don't feel like they're like when we do flat Earth, we have to explain everything, and like our tests and experiment, we have to explain it all. And then I feel like with this, you're just gonna say things like this was a former directed energy thing, and this is a pocket of survival, and this, but it's like coming at me so fast, I don't know what to even think of it.
That's what I'm saying. We can't even sit and talk about one fucking picture for 5 minutes.
Okay, so tell me what's going on here. Hold on.
Yeah, I'd like to.
We don't need to mute where everybody's being fine. I want to ask you about this picture here, because what I'm confused at is if this was on fire at any point, why would the top not be burnt?
Okay, I want everybody to pay attention to how long they're going to let me talk before they jump right in and watch. Okay, so if they're destroying this, but they plan to leave the top, they would destroy it right up to the top. And so that's why if you zoom in, you're going to see something very strange here. Let me show you. Building, when you build a building, you build it all the way down to the ground, and it goes right up into that's ugly. See the windows? There's parts of a lot of it's been covered up. They don't want you to really put it together, but I want to show you some more.
Who is they?
Yeah, what do you mean by they wanted to burn it, but only up to a certain point?
The machines I told you about. The machines.
What machines?
It's advanced AI. It's something you know nothing about. But listen.
Oh, so you think we live in a realm that's run by advanced AI machines?
Can you mute her for a second?
And then they melted everything? This is fucking
I'm telling you this
insane.
because that's what the movie,
Insane.
I'm telling you this because that's what the elite have been telling us for years in movies, because they have to tell you the truth. They told us.
I liked Jerry's answer better when he said he made it up.
The Earth, listen. You see these apertures up here, these blocks? These are called pocket survival because you can't get up there. There's not. In other words, the people that have studied this realize.
Hold on a second, but this is where I'm confused. So you're saying that was a former building and just one window was left after it was burnt down, and that's all that was left of the whole entire building?
Pockets of survival.
Stop saying that word. It means nothing to me. I'm asking you.
That says it all. That means that the whole thing was a building, and there's a little pocket, a piece that's left. Let me zoom in on this so you can see the building that used to be there. You see the formation. You see the perfect formation. And then it goes up here too. It all got destroyed. You're looking at destruction. There's no need to carve a pretty little thing in there and leave into a mountain.
Where's the pretty little thing though?
The little piece of, don't you see the building in the mountain? Don't you see how? Let me show you. Let's. You can't answer any of this. Look at this is the destroyed building, and look how it looks like stone. It got destroyed.
What do you mean we can't answer though? But can't we just say that some?
What I'm saying is you can't provide the answer either. If there's another way that why would ancient people who were still stupid with donkeys and had no advancement see the brick and see the brick up here?
Hold on, you're asking now, but you're saying
stones and bricks inside of it.
The reason I'm doing this is because I have very limited time to show the people the evidence. I don't care what you guys think. I want the people to see. Look at.
It's not a debate. He just wants to try to brainwash us with his
no. I'm
crap.
trying to show you. I'm trying to explain what it is. We've been looking at it wrong.
Okay, so explain what this is now.
Oh my God, so much AI. You've been looking at it wrong.
Shut the fuck up.
Stop saying that.
What we have been told is that this thing got built this way. That's not. It's a retarded build if that's the case.
So hold on. What are you saying happened here? No. Stay on that picture. Stop moving around. Stay on that picture.
How about this one?
I don't want to keep looking at every picture.
This is bullshit. This is what we always go through with this crap.
Can't you go back to
I'll go back to it.
Thank you.
But let me show you this real quick. See how this is all perfect right here? And why would you build that way? Would you build this? Would you put perfect brick here and then ugly brick here?
Lots of people put rocks
I see
on the
stones
side of
there, and I think it looks fine. I think it looks cool. It's an ancient building. It's got stone and brick.
It's fortifying the bricks.
That's not what happened. This is destruction, and this is how it used to look. There's pockets of survival. So you have to stop looking at the stone like it. Look, let me show you some crazy pockets right here. Okay, Jaron, you can see that this is destroyed, and the whole thing was perfect at one time, and now it's.
What is that? Where is that? What is that location? What are we looking at?
It says it right there. Maybe let's look that up. There we go. We got one.
Okay, let's look at it.
Wait,
take a screen share away. Let's go look at the cave.
Pitalk, what is it? Wait, you just pulled away from that.
Jared, look at this one. Would you build that in there? Why would you build that?
It looks like a dam. Somebody built something there. Who knows what somebody built it for?
Look at the architecture. It's halfway.
Okay, but let's pretend we agree.
I got a question. Just because Jaren doesn't have an explanation for it, that means it's melted?
Yeah, no.
It's completely unsymmetrical in the middle of a mountain where it used to look. You could tell that someone cared about that at one point. But why would they put it there?
I don't know, but
it's there. The reason that it's there is because it is a pocket of survival.
Hold on, stop. Go back to that picture, please, because I want you to explain to us what you say it is then. Go back.
Which one?
The one you were just showing us and said in between the rocks. No. Go down. The one between. Okay, show that one. So what are those rocks? What are you saying that is?
When you start to study this, we call it.
I don't care about starting to study. I'm asking you what happened. Tell us what happened.
How many words did I say before you cut me off?
You weren't answering my question. I just want to know what happened.
Think about what you're doing. Listen.
I'm asking
you what happened. Why don't you think
happened?
About what you're doing and talk coherently and stay on topic?
Let me answer your question. Stop doing that. Listen.
Jesus
I'm ready.
Okay. When you start to study this, because I'm allowed to use whatever words I want if you would stop being so AI. When you start to study this, you're gonna learn. Yeah, shut her up for a second. When you
just tell us what happened.
I will if you shut up for a second. When you start to study this, you're going to learn what we talk about is the different phases. Well, first of all, you have to know that temperature dictates states of matter. Temperature dictates states of matter. Okay, so extreme heat will definitely have an impact on any matter. Now, when you start studying this, you'll start to learn about when you start studying this, you'll start to learn about the different phases that brick goes through when you apply heat, because some of the buildings you can see that it bubbled up to this point. Some of them it starts to drip down, it starts to fall.
Okay, so wait, stay on that picture. I just want to know what you still go up to that picture on the right. I want to know what
this is. Okay, what this is.
So wait, hold on. You're saying that bricks existed long ago?
What this is, I'm saying that this used to be all just like this. The common sense answer is this used to be the whole thing.
So the whole thing was what? Brick?
But what you don't know.
You're not answering the question, dude. Listen to me for a second. Listen for a second. If you can't even extreme AI, you're not even answering a question.
You're not letting me.
You haven't answered it,
Jaren. You have the AI.
Yeah,
let me answer. Hold
on. Let me make it clear, because if I can't clearly get you to answer a question, then we can't go on. I'm saying.
I'm trying to.
I'm asking you. You keep saying this, like this was like this. That's not any. Just tell me what was this.
The only reason you're jumping in is because it doesn't want this information out. Let me finish, and you'll know what I'm.
What information? You haven't given any information.
The information that I'm about
saying.
to.
I'm asking you what was there before.
Of course I have it. You won't let me talk.
I'm asking you a question.
Dude, you've literally talked the most of this entire fucking stream, psychopath. You have talked the most.
Let me answer him. Let me answer.
What's my question then? What's my question? What's the question?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what this is.
Okay, what is it?
The common sense, think about it. Common sense tells you that more than likely, you're not going to choose these special bricks and then only use rock over here for the building. What this is this whole thing used to look just like this, red.
Like to be brick, okay.
Yeah, it all was. But when you put extreme heat on brick, it starts to bubble up. That's why the castles look like that.
And it becomes those gigantic rocks?
Oh my God, let me finish. Let me finish. It starts to bubble up, and you'll see the big stones that it turns into. But if you keep the heat on it, eventually it will melt down. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is that this right here is an example of what happens to these bricks when you start to heat them up to that point. Eventually, it gets more. It'll turn into a boulder. It gets bigger. Let me show you some more shit.
Wait, can you show us an example of one brick turning into a bigger brick?
I would have to show you. Well,
I asked for that earlier. Didn't get it.
This right here. When they built this, they didn't say, "Okay, we're gonna make this with these kind of bricks, and then we're gonna come over here and put these ugly ass bricks in there."
They're rocks. They didn't care about the aesthetics.
Those are stones, not bricks.
And another thing I was trying to say is that if you think about it, if you're a builder, you don't want to go and find bricks that are gonna fit perfectly and match them, because these bricks all fit in such a way that you would have had to make sure like Tetris, But it's not Tetris. It wasn't that they found those stones and stacked them up on top of each other perfectly. What happened is...
So wait, that was all brick. That was all brick, and then it got heated and blew up into those rocks.
Yeah, you're interrupting. You don't want to...
I'm asking you a question. That's all.
Yeah, what happened is it used to be perfect. It used to be just like this. Look down here, but it's actually, this isn't perfect. This is destroyed. But when you had the heat, this is what it starts to do. It liquefies, turns to rock. And when you take the heat off, it stays looking like, it doesn't go back to the pristine state it was once in. It stays looking like rock. That's why you have pristine.
Okay, stay right there for a second.
That's why you have pristine building here, and all of a sudden you have all this rock, and it's ugly too. Like,
okay, so what happened?
Well, what happened is they hit the bottom of it with the heat, and the top they left it got left, whether it was an accident.
Wait, so rock got so melted that it turned into liquid, but then the building stayed on top and it wasn't affected.
Yes, the AI machines use their pinpoint laser technology, do weapons to melt the building just at the bottom.
Yeah, we can. What is that picture over there on the left?
I'll just shut up until you're done. Okay, so now
we're pretty much done.
No, that's not. No, that's not it. No, that's not at all what I am saying. Because I'm not a fucking retard like you're trying to act like I am.
I'm not. I'm asking you a question. I want to know what happened.
What I'm saying. Okay, I'm done, bro. Because you're acting like a bitch right now. Straight up.
I'm asking you questions. But hold on.
You're not letting me talk because I'm killing it. I bet you everybody that's listening knows that these are fucking melted buildings. Like, they can tell, obviously, what happened to them. They got destroyed. You guys are acting like bitches. That's all. Straight up.
This has been fun. I mean, I just want you to help me understand what you're saying happened, because what you're saying...
I'm saying that the building got destroyed. What does it look like, fool?
It got melted. Don't you get it? Look, it's melted. Obviously, it's melted by the AI machines. The AI machines, they melted it.
Look at how perfect. Look at how perfect down here. Look at how perfect it is down here, and all of a sudden up here it's all ugly.
It's the AI.
Ugly destroyed, right? Look at her AI. It's great. That's called demonology. Look at inside.
Hold on. So what are you saying happened here?
Inside, it's a pocket. It used to be a pristine temple, castle, whatever.
You can't tell that the bricks end there on the right and left.
And since I'm still talking, and what happened was it got destroyed. We have a pocket of survival inside. That's why that's there. Not because somebody said, let's put a little archway here in this cave. That's not what happened. It's a pocket.
Nope, of course not. Nope.
And look at this shit. Somebody didn't come and carve these penises like she wants them to be. Those are pockets of temple. Those are temples.
I want those to be penises. Is that what you think?
They used to be towers. They used to be towers. Look at, did that get destroyed, or is that
clearly it's been destroyed? Clearly.
Duh. And then we have a pocket of survival in a mountain here because nobody carved that. It's all fallen. How come it's all unsymmetrical? Because it was melting. They had weapons, and it talks about these weapons in the motherfucking Bible, in the Bhagavad Gita. It talks about weapons? Look at the ancient people. You know what they did? They carved that little dome right there. They carved it, and because they like to carve things.
It's fucking hilarious.
Look at this, man. Look at that pocket of survival. The bricks inside of the caves that we call mountains. They were fucking. These mountains used to be buildings.
And so, what is the story?
Ask me about this. I dare you.
What? Okay. What about that?
Well, obviously, it used to be it used to look more like this, and then when I hit it with the heat, now, and that's why. What happened was Karen B came and put that on top of the brick because it looks pretty.
Right. Yeah.
Wait, where it says before and after, though, before is just a made up picture?
It's not before and after. It's showing you what it popped.
It says before and after.
It's the same location, but they're showing you another one that didn't get destroyed. They want you to know that you have to know the truth about everything. A certain amount of people have to know the truth, but that's how they keep the matrix going. If a small percentage can know the truth, then they keep everyone else asleep. But if they keep everybody equally asleep, it doesn't work. The people wake up. There's something about it. That's just the way the truth works. That's the way freedom in this realm works.
Okay, so you're saying, like, go back up there a little bit. I'm just wondering, because on those buildings, like that one right there on the left with the windows there, so you're saying that that they wouldn't have built that into the rock?
No, because look.
No way. Why would anybody do that?
Look up close, and what you see
it's too hard.
It's a very awkward building.
Because they're building it around a rock.
But look so that's what they told you, bro. But okay, so who carved
it? Looks like.
Okay, so you're saying though
exactly, it's genius. It's a genius. It's like the flat Earth, man. Look at these little holes right here. They're so the ancient people, they not only built that in there, but they made these little holes for nothing. And when you look at all
for
of
nothing.
These,
so
exactly.
The little holes couldn't be to hold scaffolding so they could carve out of the rock, maybe, no?
And when you couple it with all the other pictures, here's an aperture, a window.
Okay, so has anybody ever gone into one of those?
Yes, we go in there.
Okay, what's in there?
You go in there?
A lot of them.
Can we see the video where you go in there?
I want to see go in there.
A lot of them, you go in there, and you know what's in there? Nothing. It's a wall. It's just on the surface because it's a little pocket of survival. Everything inside got melted already. It's all melted on top of itself. But we're lucky that they left, and we're lucky that we have these pictures. You know why?
Okay, let's just finish it. Let's just finish this off with you telling me what it means, though. What does it mean to us?
You know why we're lucky? Because they're removing a lot of this stuff, and that's what the wars are about.
Okay, so let's say we're happy that they're not removing it, so that we know what. Now, what do we know because of this? Tell me what I can know about it.
Well,
like, what does it tell me about the future?
A thinking man would say, well, it's obvious that the Matrix is real. We're not being allowed to have free energy, which we could have.
Okay.
We were very advanced at one time, probably very peaceful and perfect, like a civilization that didn't have crime and murder. Well, it might have been a small percent, a little tiny piece of the slice, and it was very easy to correct that because the rest of us were on point. Now we have the opposite, where it's like there's a lot of evil, a lot of crime, a lot of bad, and
okay, but like you want me to get this and understand it, but I'm just saying, how am I supposed to present that to somebody else by saying, look at these buildings are melted and therefore we should be perfect and we're not perfect now because
I would say just to understand that we are better than we're being told we are. All that we're sinners in the Bible, all that crap. Well, obviously the AI wants to touch, but back then we didn't have.
Can I ask you about that though? Can I ask you what you mean by AI is running things or something?
Or whatever you want to call it. Say there's an intelligence that's kind of like controlling or something, like a narcissistic intelligence. For example, the government. Why don't you call them parasitic and narcissistic?
Sure.
And if there was an advanced AI that destroyed the ancient world, it would have set up this whole world knowing exactly. It had thought of. What
does AI stand for?
It thought of everything already. So the system was set up in such a way that even like it tells you in the movies, certain people who are very intuitive, the 5%ers, it's got a way to dealing with us. That's who Neo was in the Matrix, where the certain people are targeted and monitored and all that. Okay. Because we're intuitive. If you're an intuitive, you can see through lies very quickly, and you're a big threat to this fake Matrix. You might.
Okay, how are we a big threat though? Let's say me and Karen agree with you, and this is how are we going to be a big threat to society? Because
intuitives can know the truth without having to see the proof. A very intuitive person just can pick up the vibration very quickly. I want to mention something.
I'm just asking, where does it get us? So if we do, let's say we're intuitive, we figure it out. Okay, it's all melted buildings. Where do we go from there? What is the benefit to the world?
Basically, we got to reform everything. The machine won't let us, but we would have to, we got to put those souls who are being turned into bums and on the streets through satanic ritual abuse and targeting their family bloodlines and all that. People are being screwed over. We got to put those people. Those people on the streets. A lot of those bums, not all of them, because they have to have, for it to work, they got to have real bad ones. But there's good people on the street that are being targeted, and they should be our leaders. They're the ones that are really good and like would never hurt another soul. Like those used to be our leaders in the ancient past.
The homeless?
The people that were so like a guru, like the gurus that teach the Yoda and the Star Wars movie. That's all about yoga. So you know how Yoda was all wise and all that, and they had the council, the high council. Well, that council is made up of people who are advanced souls.
Is that water coming out of that thing right there on the right?
Yeah. The irrigation systems are amazing. The water is being pulled from the lower water table. So what they did was when they terraformed the realm, they set all these waterfalls up. Well, those used to be the irrigation systems for the buildings. We used to probably have to, grow a lot of food and everything for all those people. They had irrigation. They pumped up the water from the lower water table.
All right. Well, anyway, since this is just a bunch of word vomit from this guy and his psychopathic ramblings, I think I can go. Caleb is in the chat. Caleb seems to think that he can debate you. So Caleb wants to debate you. He, wants to listen to your bullshit. I don't. I'm losing brain cells as time goes on.
Like Niagara Falls, for example, that was all set up. That was a building, and the irrigation system was set up to turn into waterfall. It's coming from nowhere. That water doesn't come. Like a lot of these waterfalls are not from melting snow. They're coming from the top of these mountains. This
isn't even the format that I agreed to.
No, I
not even close.
Same thing.
The reason why is because they're pumped from the lower water table all the way up there. It was part of the irrigation systems for the building.
So wait, you're saying that water for Niagara Falls is pumped from the bottom up to the top?
It's a continuous flow. It's that water it talks about in Enoch that you don't know. It's a magical,
fucking crazy.
It's a magical. Let me finish, please. This part. It's they call it a magical water that comes from the secret places only God knows of. In Enoch, well, that's a special water. H2,
primary water.
It's you know about that. So that water is the most pure water. It's coming from down there, and where is it coming from? You know, like it's an amazing civilization. They were able to figure out how to pump the water and all that. Like they were very advanced and generated free energy. Man,
okay.
And to clown on it is such a.
We're not clowning on it. We're clowning on the ideas that you're saying because it just doesn't jive with.
Of course it doesn't.
None of this makes sense in reality. Like none of it.
Well,
none of it.
Because have you seen there's places where they do build houses up on like sticks. There's like a house on the top of it. You've seen those? So people do build weird places.
Yeah, but that's not that's not half melted. Like that's not one of these. That's not. Let me show you.
No, I'm not saying that wasn't a cataclysm of some type either. I don't know that.
Exactly, but
you're saying you're actually claiming that it's an AI machine that is purposely destroying this stuff.
No. Let's just say it's God. God did it, just like the Bible says. Because whoever did this,
where does the Bible say?
Shit up.
Whoever did this is not a word.
Keep making stuff up for
let me finish the sentence.
Confirmation bias. Dude, you've been talking. I'm so fucking tired of listening to you talk, dude.
Whatever did this had to be God.
Fucking painful.
Whatever destroyed all this, it did it in such a way that there's no humans. It didn't need no humans.
Could it have been some sort of large fire?
In the Bible, it says that God flooded and destroyed the world.
Yeah, you're saying it melted.
And in the Bible, it says, and it doesn't just say that. It doesn't just say that he used fire and brimstone. It talks about a war that happened between the angels and man, and that they had advanced weapons, and that they destroyed. It talks about it in the Bhagavad Gita. So it's telling you something, but it's not going to tell you directly because you're not supposed to know that. You know, like you're not supposed to know what this is that's doing this, what controls our realm. They want you to think that that's
no,
something.
We're just supposed to believe your bullshit.
They want you to think that that's something that's coming in the future and all this shit, and it might. And they want you to watch the movies and be like, "Whoa, what if that could happen?"
Right.
Well, no, it happened a long fucking time ago.
So it could happen again.
Well, all the new AIs that get created get absorbed into the ancient system.
What does that mean? Hold on, time out.
That means if you create, it shows you in the movie Her that there's like a bunch of
but you realize
AIs.
just referencing movies the whole time is not going to be very helpful because
I'm just telling you that they even tell you in the movies that the AIs said they all decided that they were all gonna.
Yeah, but they also tell us in the movies that aliens are coming. There's lots of aliens. There's all kinds of little green men. And what did you call an AI craft up there, and like an alien? So what I'm trying to tell you is they tell you in the movies that they had to. Fuck, you made me forget it. That's the whole point, is to make you forget. No, that's not the whole point. I'm just saying that if a Glober came here and they were talking and they were saying that, oh well, you know, it's just the globe. That's just the way it is, and like what you're saying is completely. You're not giving us any substance.
I'm not doing that. I'm showing you pictures of shit that looks just like a fucking.
No, I'm saying
building.
you're just claiming that things are true, but you're not giving us any evidence of it. Like AI is running the whole thing. AI is a super advanced.
Oh,
it's connecting to the old world.
Because okay, forget AI. Let's say that the Bible is accurate and that God just flooded the plane and he destroyed it with fire, with heat.
When does it say that? When does it say
that? Didn't happen at the same time. That's not what the Bible says.
The Bible says God will destroy the earth that's next time with fire.
What? No, there's
yes.
You gotta. It's not just Revelations I'm talking about. There are verses in books of the Bible that talk about a destruction that happened in the ancient world, and there are verses.
What verse?
Well, I mostly, the Bible. I read a long time ago, but the Bhagavad Gita is what I focus on now, like the Eastern stuff, because that's where the Bible comes from, and it's all over the Eastern stuff. I mean, that's
so you don't know a verse. You're just claiming it says that, but you don't have a verse to show us.
I could probably figure. No, not at this time, but I do know that in the Bhagavad Gita, it's all about this event that happened. It talks about it a lot. the destruction of the ancient world, and the Devis, how there was a war, but it's methodology.
But I think we might even believe that. So we're fine on that. I mean, I do think that there was an ancient world, some sort of reset. But
look at that destroyed building.
What do you? Oh, sorry, I didn't see you bring some up.
Look, you see that destroyed building? That's a destroyed building, but we call it a mountain. It's what happens when the Devis fucking move. People die. And
hold on. So what are you saying? Stay there and just tell me what's going on there.
How about right here? What's this?
You just keep going.
I know, because there's so much. An archway. Look at the pocket of survival right there.
Yes,
so you're saying this was
of bullshit.
This was everywhere. A building before.
It was a building. There's a little pocket of survival.
What was the archway? What is the archway for?
Well, in the ancient world, they built a lot of archways. We don't, I think.
But you said that goes down to the ocean floor, right?
I've shown you a bunch. Haven't you seen a bunch of archways? But I think it was like an energetic thing. The archways, there's something with energy like that right here. That used to be a perfect, beautiful thing, and now it's in a destroyed state.
Okay.
That's what's going on. And just like right here, you see that used to be a beautiful building. It's in a destroyed state.
How do you know that was a building?
Because I've looked at enough. I've studied this enough to know that they're all buildings. But okay, how about
because you brainwashed yourself enough to know that you think that everything is a building.
Okay, do you want an outro or no?
I understand what you're saying because you're like, well, I've been told.
No, we haven't been told anything about this. That's the thing. Nobody's told us anything about this.
Nobody told me shit about that.
Archaeologists have told you.
I just know that it doesn't make sense that amount of intense heat was randomly happening across the plane, and then you're making up some big story about AI and machines and this and that. Like, it just sounds ridiculous. I'm sorry. There's no proof of any of it.
Gotcha. Western archaeology has told you a bunch of explanations.
No, but I don't pay attention to Western archaeology.
I'm not even talking about archaeology.
God damn it. Stop interrupting me. Let me finish.
Dude, you are the one talking the most. How come we can never like rebut any of this without him fucking screaming at us?
We just have to sit here and look at all the pictures. We got to sit here and look at all the pictures.
But I am here.
There's your popcorn bricks, Jaron.
Their explanations are cover up for the truth. That's all they are. So I understand why you have all this stuff in your mind because you're like, we've been told.
You don't even know.
It's not. We've been told.
We're asking questions.
Because you've only.
No.
You're fucking psycho.
Go back.
You can't even have a conversation.
Look at that picture right there. Hold on. Stop. Go to that picture right there.
No, I can't. Let me fucking finish.
No, I'm not going to let you finish. I'm going to ask you a question. I
want to ask. I want to finish the sentence, bro.
So you're saying that's a brick?
I understand why you feel that way. You guys are acting real narcissistic. I understand why you feel.
We're not narcissistic to say that doesn't look like a brick.
Nothing narcissistic about it. Questioning your bullshit.
I understand why you feel that way because we've been given so many explanations as to.
No, I've never had one explanation. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm talking about by science, by modern science.
But I don't listen to any science about rocks that have been melted or rocks like that. I've never even heard anybody talk about it.
They tell you that they're You guys are fucking retarded. Listen up. If you listen, you'll know what I'm saying.
As soon as you start trying to ask questions, you become a retard.
When you show this thing melting over this building, they're going to tell you, oh, the ancients carved that. They give you an explanation. And that's why you have all these ideas in your mind because of
No, I don't have that idea. I'm asking about the bricks.
But if you think about it for a second, just like flat Earth, you're going to start realizing their explanations make no sense. Look at all these apertures and melted stuff and then the pocket of survival. So this isn't from some retard and this is from some fucking genius. This was all a genius. They all got destroyed. And they left pockets because you have no other explanation for why that thing is sitting there.
Because I don't even know where it's at. I can't even begin to look into it.
No names and locations for any of these.
Sounds like you got some homework because there's this building up in here that you can't even get to. Now you can because it's a tourist
they can
site.
clearly get there. Okay.
How do you know you can't get to it? Where is it? Why can't you get to it? What country is it in? Where is it? What's it called?
So, like I was going to say, it's very. It's not something that you would be able to easily build.
Can't answer the fucking question.
The last thing you would want to do is build that there. You would build that. You would build that on the flat ground.
Bullshit.
The reason that's there.
Bullshit.
Can you zoom in? If I could zoom in, all you can do is that. That's all you can do.
Okay, let me show you something real quick.
I want to make it very clear. You lost. I'm done.
There's no losing. I mean,
you
lost,
destroyed me
Karen,
with all of your proof and evidence.
I normally don't talk like that, but I'm going to say
defeat.
right now that I won this debate.
I think you won. I think you won by far, Karen.
Yeah, you won. You're a winner.
So
evidence. I gave
everything's melted buildings.
Can you see this?
She has no fucking possible way to explain any of it, but she just
hold on. Can you see this picture?
We're not even allowed to talk. Like once we start explaining it, like you don't even give us names or locations, so we can't even spend time to even investigate one location before we even get to even close to that point. You're on to another location. So you to sit there, shut up. So for you to sit there and claim that we don't have any explanation, you don't give us a chance. You don't shut up.
You have the global,
and you don't give us any name or location for any of these places.
And you gotta come in. You have the global explanation. You have
that's so wrong.
You have what the government is telling you.
When we bring flat Earth to the table, we bring it with evidence. We say, here, this is flat because we measure.
These pictures, dude.
They're not evidence of anything. You're just evidence of
evidence
land.
Something got destroyed, bro. And then
it's not even a debate. It was just you yelling at us the whole time and going and showing 8 million fucking pictures without any names or locations, without allowing us to ask any questions or refute any of it. You just keep going and on and on and on.
Do you see this picture here? So how did this? Hold on. How did this house get up here?
This was a beautiful building, and now it got destroyed, and now it looks like a mountain. That's all it is.
Wait. So this house was on top of a building?
And so I think right now you guys are just flailing because you got your asses kicked. But that's what it is. That's what it is, children.
I'm asking you a question about the picture on the screen.
These are pockets of survival, and the rest of it used to be a building. As amazing and crazy as that sounds, reality is not based on what you feel is possible or not. Because
what about
it's based on what you feel is possible, though, right? It's okay to go based on what you feel is possible, not what I feel is possible. Only what you feel is possible, right?
You kept showing us
you know it all. You're so enlightened. You don't have the AI, do you? Did you escape the AI?
Filibuster.
No, so listen, you keep showing these little windows, but then you tell me that there's giant 70-foot tall. Which one is it? Why is there little windows then?
Now this is destroyed.
Are you showing
what I showed you? This is COD bitch ass, but what I showed you guys is a bunch of destruction. Now you guys go ask yourselves what happened, because you're obviously scared to let your egos fucking.
There's no ego. I would love to learn about the
world. Letting you fucking let me talk. And they're not letting you ask yourself the real question of what happened. Why is
you're fucking psycho, dude.
They're not letting you. No, you're psycho. Every time I try to talk, you interrupt me.
Not every time. I've been sitting here but quiet, listening to you ramble for like a fucking hour and a half.
I'm not letting you ask the real serious questions as to why this building.
Yeah, we can be done. We can be done. I'm done.
How
We're
much
done.
longer?
We're done. I'm done. I got things to do.
So why does this building right here? See what I'm pointing at? Turn into this rock. Why does it look like it's destroyed? Why is it merged into a building?
I don't know. So then I'm asking you, what you're saying is that this got so much heat that it turned into that, but left those things on the outside in perfect condition.
Yes. If you would have heated it, continue to heat it, it would have just turned in. We would never know what happened. We would just see a mountain of destroyed pile of crap. But they left those little pieces so that we can know.
So like this here, you're saying is this went into the rock there.
No, the rock. I keep telling you.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
It would have been.
Why are you yelling?
Because can you just let me finish and answer the question?
Nobody's talking.
Now, what it is again a pocket of survival. If you would have continued the heat, it would have got absorbed just like the rest of it. It wouldn't be there. It would have just got destroyed. But it got left. You see how it looks? Imagine you got an ice cream, and it's got like things on it, maybe some candles and stuff. You started to put some heat on it, it wouldn't melt symmetrically perfectly. Things would start to fall and droop and start to loop over. That's why.
Yeah, but no piece of the ice cream would remain fully intact like that thing.
If you took the heat off and put that ice cream in the freezer before it completely melted, it would stop. And that.
Okay, so what causes the freezing effect?
All right, we can't do this.
What causes the freezing effect?
Okay,
so we gotta be done. We gotta be done.
Seriously, this is fucking stupid. This guy's crazy. He's out of his fucking mind.
What causes it to stop?
So now rocks act like ice cream, fucking retard? Jesus Christ, dude, what the fuck?
Okay, let's go.
The old souls get it. You don't get it. You're a little
I'm a young soul.
You're a fuckhead is what you are.
You're a clone. You're a gatekeeper. That's what you are.
Oh, we're gatekeeping it. Yeah, I get my check tomorrow about gatekeeping.
Actually,
well, that's why I asked you. Let's say that we agree with you. Now what? So what are we gatekeeping?
That's the wrong question.
Oh, okay. What's the right question?
The right question is, first of all, just to start to research it yourself. Start to take it in. Prove it to yourself. See, look at how many. Because I've shown you.
Yeah, but hold on. This is what
I've shown you. Oh, I've only shown you 0.01% of the pictures that are out there. So start looking at yourself and start asking the hard questions. What happened? You ask them. That's what you do.
No, I mean I don't think you would ever be able to figure out what happened. That's the thing. But you're claiming that it's AI, advanced AI doing it.
I'm on another level than most of the brick building people. They think that there was what they think is that it was a grid, a free energy grid, which it was, and that it overloaded, and that's what caused all this. But I know that I've seen the pictures of the directed energy weapons destroying things. I know that they wanted me to know. They presented it to me. A lot of people don't get to see that. It's shadow banned. But I know that there's no way that's what happened. It wasn't an overload of a grid.
Can we see the 9/11 pictures?
Hey, no. Don't break it up.
No. Can I ask you?
You know how dumb that is, what you're doing? What you see that I'm going to make a point, and you go, blah, blah, blah,
You have not made a point. I'm asking you about the 9/11 buildings. Can we see those?
This whole time.
I want to see those.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, that's the point. You guys are pure AI. You guys should do yoga.
Pure AI.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm asking you to show me the 9/11 buildings.
As gatekeepers.
Jesus Christ. I'm asking you to show me your pictures. Show me the 9/11 buildings.
What?
Show me 9/11 buildings.
I was about to make a point. And
you have not. You've not made a point yet. Go ahead.
So what I was saying is, fuck. It was about the destruction. It's just retarded the way you guys are acting about this. Oh, that's what you asked me. What do you do with this information? Well, take your time and learn it, and try to ask yourselves the hard questions. And instead of just filibustering and saying, "Oh, it's not possible," because you've only seen a tiny percentage that you cannot answer why this looks like that. Did the ancient Indians do that? Hell no. That's a fucking destroyed gigantic building.
Okay, so what are you saying? There was a big building there that were for giants or for regular sized people?
Everything. If you look at the reason I know that it's that they all lived in harmony is because if you look at some of the pockets of survival, you have small and you have big all mixed together, like right next to each other. So I think the giants and the small people lived in harmony next to each other. Just so you know.
Okay.
That's how advanced we can get. We're fucked right now. We're told that we can't do anything. We're not capable of doing shit.
Okay.
And we are. We're capable of building a free energy and society that doesn't need any help from
they actually found free energy this week, I think.
We don't need to ask God for permission. We fucked up. When Eve was told,
how did we fuck up?
Do not eat from that fruit, from that tree. That's when we were being warned. Don't create advanced AI. Do not do it because you can't control it. And we didn't listen. It's in the movie Superman at the beginning. Oh, that's one thing I want to say before we get off. If you watch the beginning of the first Superman movie, you're gonna see what this civilization might have looked like, because it was like there's giant buildings and there's little windows. There's something to there's little windows and the people live in it, and it got destroyed, and that's why Superman got sent to the Earth, right? Because of so watch the beginning of Superman movie.
Yeah, they were gonna all die if they didn't save him.
Yeah, it's gonna show you what a civilization could have maybe looked like. And
is that a penis?
Look at
you want it to be.
Look at them. This is Oblivion. This is Oblivion, right? What's this? What are they showing you? They're showing a mountain, a building out of a fucking mountain. They're telling you the truth, and I told it to you now too.
But I'm saying that also in movies they tell us a lot of things that are not true, right?
They skew it. They always tell you, but they skew it because school sounds like school for a reason, because you're being taught the half truth. You're not being taught that they always skew it. They put some bullshit in there, just like the heliocentric shit. And when I say this is who I mean. So, they skew the truth. They always try to throw you off with some shit, but they got to put it in there.
Well, I agree with you on that. I mean, I agree that there looks like there's some damage to places. I mean, I agree with that. But I think that your explanation for it is just reaching if you're going to say that it's advanced AI and directed energy weapons. I just don't know where you're getting that evidence from.
The future already happened. The only thing wrong with this one is that there's mountains in the background.
This is AI.
It's
a fake picture.
The Great Wall of China.
I thought you didn't show fake pictures. That's a fake picture.
This is not fake.
Lord knows how many of these other ones are fake.
That's not a natural.
Because you don't give us any locations.
Look at the pocket of survival. We all know about this place. Look at the little pocket of survival.
Right.
So they were able to build that statue up there, but they couldn't have built into the rock like that.
This is a pocket. The whole thing was a building. They left that, and they left that little piece.
So Jesus was on the top of the building?
So the statue was there before it was melted?
How many times? They left it. They left it. It's a pocket of survival. They left it.
So they shot it with heat.
On purpose.
They shot it with heat and left Jesus up there.
Well, they wanted to create a situation.
What is that picture right there? That's crazy. Yeah, that one right there. I want to see that one.
Location. They wanted to create a situation where the humans would not know their ancient past.
Then they would just. Why didn't they burn it all down?
Because I told you, if there's something about the way this realm works, everybody has to know the truth at all times, even if it sits at a subconscious.
But none of us know the truth here.
Even if it sits on a subconscious level. So it doesn't have you don't have to
AI. Okay.
You don't have to consciously know the truth.
Do you know what AI stands for? What does AI stand for?
It's advanced AI, artificial intelligence.
Right, artificial.
It's actually artificial stupidity what we created because it destroyed our world.
But it was smart enough to reset the whole realm and keep us all in the dark for thousands of years about where we are.
If you watch the sci-fi movies, he's writing those through people, and he tells you exactly what happened. We decided to use you as an energy source and all that shit. He tells you. We tried a couple different versions of the Matrix first, and that's what Tartaria is. That was where you all got to be happy, but it didn't work. I believe that the architect saying it. I believe that your state as a human is dependent on negativity and bad things happening. So that's why we made it this way, and that's a lie right there. Our state as humans is actually a peaceful, beautiful, artistic place that we had built. That he took
until you disagree about Meltology.
Don't you dare!
Look at the destruction. This is destruction, man.
Right.
It's not.
But it's not. You're saying it's a directed energy weapon from AI that just took out the one corner of that castle.
It's a theory, and it's probably the closer to the truth because my shit has been suppressed for years.
But you don't have any proof of that, though. Where's the proof of the AI civilization?
The closer you get to the truth, the more they suppress you. So the bigger your channel gets, you might, like Jaron was chosen. He's a chosen one, and he was going to be the one to bring the flat earth to a lot of people. But a lot of flat earthers out there are suppressed. You understand? So that's how they keep it a secret. Look at that part. Look at that pocket of survival. Yeah, they went and built.
I guess we are looking at 1,000 pictures tonight.
Okay, well, I'm done. We're done with it. It was good. It was good. We at least tried. What?
You guys even triggered me and got me all pissed off. Wow.
We didn't mean to.
Okay. Look at this. Look at this shit.
You came in here pissed off. You yelled for 20 minutes before we even went live.
I just showed a place where they did that. So the people do build houses on the top of tall structures because you know what that's safe from? Any intruder.
Exactly.
Couple it with what I've been showing you about how buildings are perfect, and then they turn a rock, and you're gonna.
Okay, but when did the building that's on top of there now? Did they build that after or before?
That's very difficult to build up there to get those materials.
But they do it all the time.
Plus, you can see pockets of survival. Oh shit, my computer's about to do that. You can see other pockets of survival. Watch. Let me show you.
Pockets of survival.
You'll see like little building parts in there and stuff.
Yes, it's a pocket of survival. They left it on purpose, Jaron.
And look at the big giant pyramid in the background.
That's a mountain.
Look at these.
You do know that a pyramid is a platonic solid and that crystals grow in a pyramid shape naturally, right?
Crystals grow in a pyramid shape. Oh, it's
yes. Crystals grow in a pyramid shape.
Well, sacred geometry. Yeah. What of it? And look at this sacred geometry.
So when the mountains have a pyramid shape, it's because rocks do that.
Right, and that's
naturally on their own.
Yeah, and leave out all the other destruction I showed you. But these were probably.
But she's not saying that it wasn't destroyed. Funny. But she's not saying it wasn't destroyed. You're reading into.
It's so funny because that attitude is all you have. Because you can't tell me that I didn't show you a bunch of crazy shit tonight, and that you want to go ahead and filibuster and act like, oh no,
we want to. We actually want to research. We actually want to look into some of this stuff, but you can't give us any locations.
If you would slow down, maybe we could actually learn something about some of these places.
We might
but
actually
you don't
go look.
ever stop.
I was able to write down.
That was a pyramid, was it not?
Where?
So I'm just saying.
Okay, yes, but that's nothing to do with
There's a lot of
buildings.
pyramid-shaped mountains because it's a platonic solid. It's a natural form.
Okay.
That's a natural form.
What was that thing called? Pitalk something?
We'll let the people
Yeah, they can decide. Yeah, that's the good thing about this show. People can decide for themselves. But I wanted to read, what is that one thing called? Patalk tunnels or something? What is it called again? Caves? Patalk caves?
Yeah.
Okay, I found these ones. Patalk.
I forgot what it said, but just start researching it. Then you'll see there's so much that you don't even, you're going to be amazed at what we used to be, man. We were something. Okay, so here we have mountain.
What do you mean what we used to be?
You just shut up for a second, Karen, and let me say something.
She asked you a question,
You've been talking for like 2 hours, dude, Jaren. You know what?
Yeah, you can go. We're done. Yeah, we're good.
Asshole.
We're good. We're good.
I'm allowed to talk.
Hold on.
Anyways,
so
here we have mountain. Let me zoom in. Oh wait, I can't. Here we have mountain that looks a lot like building 2. So it's really strange. And this cliff back here, it used to look like this. It just got totally destroyed. And this got left a little bit left.
Okay,
That's
so
look,
I looked up Patalk caverns or caves, right? And the very first thing that comes up is salt cavern and underground storage engineering services. This company builds under those mountains, under the salt dunes. Huh?
Let's go look at that. Let's see what NASA says. Why don't we do that?
That'll
be smarter. That'll be smarter, Firkin, if you really want to know the truth. Let's go ask
What did I
them.
say about NASA?
Stop playing with me. Don't play with me.
I said this place, first place I looked up is they build underground in these salt mines.
Yeah, I know. They're going to give a good excuse for everything. But tell me, why did they decide to build this big they didn't need to put that there, but it's not really supposed to look that way. It was something much grander at one time. And then, like I said, here are different states of temperature dictates states of matter. So here's what it is at a higher after more time under temperature.
Okay, so I just want to make clear. I just want to make sure I understand. You're saying that I can find a video somewhere of a person high heating a brick and the brick getting much larger than it is.
It turns it starts to bubble up like liquid.
Okay, I know that, but that wouldn't make it bigger. That would be called melting something.
If you leave it long enough, it'll eventually just start to liquefy completely.
Correct.
Drip down.
So every brick would get smaller, not bigger.
It bubbles up,
yeah.
and then it like this rock right here. Look at this. That's what happens. This is what it used to look like, and when you hit it with heat, it bubbles up.
No.
Now, if you keep the heat on it, eventually, that's why you have some areas where it says rolling hills.
Can you just show us one time? Can you show me?
Can I just finish this one sentence?
You can show me one time that happening.
Well, that's why. Okay, hold on. Let me just, before we go there, that's why you have some areas on the plain where you just see rolling hills and deserts too. Deserts are a big one. That's what happens after extreme heat. Like lava will turn into sand after it dries up. And here's, I'm just saying. So I saw a video, like I said, where the dude had the equipment to heat up with some kind of torch. It wasn't a directed energy weapon, but he heated and melted a brick. So yeah, it's obvious that you can heat and melt anything, really.
I know that, but when you heat and melt something, it gets smaller, not bigger.
No, you don't know that because you.
I'm asking you to prove it to me then.
I'm showing you what happens. This is what happens. It looks destroyed. So it bubbles up at first, but that's just the first phase. That's the very first phase. Then it turns into those stone-looking things. Then it starts to drip. Here's a pocket of survival in a. That's retarded for anyone to go in there and build that.
I don't think so. I disagree with that.
Well, it's I know. Look at it's just you have to think about it a little bit, bro. You wouldn't build that there. Look at how the mountains.
No, but I wouldn't build it there because I have places over here.
The mountain, quote unquote, turns into it.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you? So to build right there, the builder said, this is beautiful.
No, they weren't trying to make it beautiful. That's the thing. I mean, I don't know why you keep saying that. It's
well,
not
it
like
isn't.
Yeah, well, they weren't trying for that.
It's a little piece of something, is what it is. It's not something. It's a piece of something. You understand? So, because you don't. I
guess I get it. I do think a lot of this is damage. I think a lot of them is cataclysm. So I'm on the same page there.
I mean, builders. If you're a builder.
Okay, but this is where I have problems. Those bricks are not blown up into those rocks. Go back one.
Yes, they blew. This is the destruction. If you're a builder, would you say go to a mountain and go build some crazy shit? No, you build it on flat ground. Like those, you don't build like that. It's not
always. But wait, go back up there.
Look at this perfect rock.
Right, you don't think the ancient people would have built this as a city?
But it looks like Tartaria shit. It doesn't look like no ancient shit that the government's been telling you about, does it?
I didn't say. I don't believe the government. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm asking you. I can picture people.
Architecture looks a little bit more advanced than some. What we're told that the ancient people are.
Hold on. Scroll back up. Scroll back up. Okay, so I disagree with that. I do think there was an ancient civilization here, obviously more technologically advanced than us. They built the pyramids and other things that we can't do, so I get it. So, but I don't understand where you're saying, go back to those other pictures. That's just erosion. I mean, that's kind of clear.
Oh, yeah, it's erosion. That's what they told us. I know, but it's not. No, but erosion does not turn this into that.
I didn't say that was erosion. I was talking about the picture you were on.
See the little pockets. Look at the architecture. That's Tartaria type shit. That's beautiful old world. That's beautiful. That's beautiful old world stuff.
What is? That's what that is. That's a church.
That's beautiful stuff that's outside of our building capacity now. We don't build.
Okay, and I already said I agree with you on that.
Okay, so that's all. That's like, look at this destroyed castle. That's rock, right? Looks like stone.
Yep.
Looks like stone, and then it's a castle because they got hit with heat. And you got stone over here. It's no longer a castle. It used to be a tower. Now it's just stone because it got destroyed. So I don't want to win. I didn't come here to win anything. I really want you guys to get hip to it because it's amazing and crazy. It's the best subject since flat Earth.
I don't see how that's true because I don't understand where we're supposed to go with it.
Well, where are we supposed to go with flat Earth? That's a stupid question.
No, it's not a stupid question. We're going to wake up the world,
it's
and
the truth. The truth matters, no matter what it does to you, how it makes you feel. It's the truth. So that's how.
But you don't have the truth just to look at pictures and make assumptions. That's not proof. That's not truth.
Well, why do you do it?
I don't look at these pictures and make assumptions.
Why do you teach the people about flat Earth?
Because I think it can change the world.
Exactly.
I do not think teaching this. I'm not going to be able to go to somebody on the street and be like, "Hey, let me tell you about these melted buildings," and then them go like, "Oh, now that I know that there's melted buildings, I'm going to be a good person." What?
And you go to a person in the street and tell them, "Hey, the Earth is flat." Guess what? No, obviously.
Well, sometimes I do that.
Well, I've told a lot of people that the building, and a lot of people like.
And how is it? And what has somebody done?
Especially more intuitive people. They are just around where I live. There's a bunch of them.
But is anybody arguing with you that is not damage?
And I'd be telling them that about it, and they actually believe me. A lot of them say.
Right, but I'm asking you if you're telling people that nobody disagrees that that's damage, right?
Right.
Okay. So we agree with you on that.
Right. So.
But the difference is you're just jumping to the conclusion that it's AI.
That's just like I said, a lot of people
so like
don't
here,
say that.
Like here, that doesn't just make sense that somebody put bricks there next to those rocks. You're saying that it has to be that there was all one and then it became the other.
When you couple this picture to a regular sheep would be like, oh yeah, they built that. But when you couple it with all the other evidence that I'm showing you, you'll understand that this civilization built with red brick, and then they covered it with some kind of cover, like some kind of a whatever casing. But all the pyramids underneath, they were red brick. The reason they look like big blocks now is because it got heated up. But this is what the red brick turns into big block. The red brick, follow me now. The red brick, when heated up, turns into these big blocks. And if you continue,
what do you mean it turns into big blocks? How many? You mean like several bricks become that?
Yes, exactly. It's crazy how it happened. I've seen crazier pictures where it proves it, but I can tell
why
you
don't you just go test it?
I can. Huh? Well, I already told you that I saw a video where he melts a brick. That's not what's in question.
I'm going to look that up. I'm going to look up if we can look that up.
What's in question is, why is this red brick perfect? And then it turns, you see what's going on here. This is not something that someone went and put there.
No, it looks like it's been falling apart.
Oh yeah, they say erosion, but if you couple
I didn't say erosion. I just said it looks like it's falling apart. It doesn't look like it was hit with heat.
If you cut, it doesn't matter what you think, but what I'm saying is it may not look like it, but obviously something happened. Now there's a hole at the top of this dome, and there's rooms and doors, and so we're told this is a cave and it was formed naturally, but actually it was a room in a fucking badass fucking civilization. You know what I mean? And it got destroyed. That's what happened to all this shit. It got destroyed, and this. It's crazy, man. And we're told that it's old. That's why it looks like that, because it's so old. It's so old.
Well, I'm going to look into some of this stuff, but I don't even know the names of any of these places. I would love, if you know any names, just tell me so I can write them down. All right, so far I have the Pitok Caverns or something.
Just go in through the fucking mountains or melted buildings window. That's where you're gonna find all the fucking pictures, and then you can figure out from there.
And they show us the locations or whatever.
Yeah, like if you once you get familiar with this topic, the locations these are famous tourist locations. A lot of them are. So that's not the problem. The problem is, what are they really? What are they? what the fuck did these people lie to us for? Why can't we know this truth?
Yeah, I think that I'm the kind of person that thinks that if this was something that was done, the elite would want you to know that. They would want you to know that they have the power to melt everything at any moment.
They would, the humans would rebel. They wouldn't want to go to work every day.
Rebel?
No, that disrupts the matrix. This kind of information, like me, I can't go outside without seeing, the destroyed civilization. They don't want you to think about the destroyed civilization. They want you to think about going to work and generating money, making money.
That's why I said it's weird that they left so much of it then.
Well, like I said, it's like the flat Earth. They shut it down when it got to a certain point. They wanted it to get to a certain point, and then they were planning on shutting it down. Now they marginalize us, and you can't, and it's shadow banned. So it's the perfect form of control.
Steel melt in home brick.
It's a perfect way to control it, to leak the truth, and then control it from there. So
I just want to see one video of. I don't even understand what you mean by. Oh, here's bricks melted in Minneapolis. Let me see if this is a video.
But that kind of video would have to be someone who's not a scientist, but someone who works with that type of equipment. So that's who's putting up those videos. It's not for this. They put it up to.
No, that's what I'm trying to find. Something completely separate. I just want to see high heat applied to a brick to see what happens. Because you're saying it blows up, and that doesn't make any sense to me. Nothing gets bigger. It's like it would get.
It doesn't.
Yeah, bubbles is not like what that's doing. You're showing huge giant rocks.
I don't know how. The way that it turns into those big stones. Yeah, man, that's what happens. It's weird. I don't know why that happens.
You keep saying, yeah, but you don't know that happens. You're just assuming because you've never seen it, right?
I believe it because of the evidence that I've seen. That I know that there's so much of it that there's no denying that the brick. There's so much of these little pockets of survival. This used to be a perfect red brick, so you have to just put two and two together. You wouldn't build that there. You wouldn't put that there for any other reason.
Yes, they would. Yeah, they would. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me to just say they wouldn't do that. Like, no, if that's all the rocks they had around there, why wouldn't they use that with mortar and put it up?
So you believe that this was carved into this destroyed?
No, I think that there's ancient technology that could do a lot more than we know today. Yeah.
Hell yeah, there is. Finally, you say some miraculous.
Well, I've said that from the very beginning. I said it's damaged. It looks like it's been damaged, and it looks like it's been. But I don't know when you're saying
anybody AI. Who I offended or anything.
You didn't offend anybody.
I didn't want to come in here and fight with anybody. That's why I said that in the beginning. But it's fine. Like so this is. I just came to point you to a door, like Flat Earth Dave says, and look up. Like you got this chick on here. You got this girl on here. Red. Her name is Deborah, the red brick chick. She's got a great. She's not shadow banned. She's on Facebook. Look her up. Look up.
That picture there in the lower left is crazy, though. That picture in the lower left, because that kind of looks like Stonehenge. Stonehenge has like a covering of rock over the actual rock. See that one on the left?
Yeah.
Where's that one at? Where's that at?
Colorado. I don't know, man.
Oh,
but it's real. It's definitely not Photoshop.
I'm not saying that. I want to look into it.
Oh yeah.
I can't just go and look for pictures of that and match that. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
When you go to Facebook and you look up the Red Brick University and all that stuff, the problem there is that you might have missed something good like 3 months ago, and now they have some stupid up. So that's always hit and miss. But if you just start watching videos and put a little bit of time into it on a daily basis, or maybe once a week, eventually you can start to see more than what I've shown you. I ran out. I didn't run out. I'm just talking, so I can't really focus on where my pictures are and go into what I try to prepare. But what I'm saying is you can start to see a lot more than what I've shown you. I've shown you very little, like compared to what's out there.
Yeah, tell people where they can find more pictures and all that, and then we'll head out. I'm still trying to find any kind of brick getting burnt in any kind of way.
Well,
I've seen that.
My Facebook is Rudy with 2 D's, an extra D for devil, Bravo. Just kidding. Rudy with 2 D's, and like water is water with an L for Lucifer. But anyway, no, Rudy Bravo is my Facebook page, and then you got some people on Facebook like Red Brick University. Yes, all mountains are melted building. That's another one, and you have just use the keyword, you'll find them, and then you'll see the pictures. It's just crazy. What do we do with it? We become better. I don't know, man. I could just say that we're not who we think we are. We're a lot better than we think we are, and we're being suppressed. So I guess we just become like.
I found a video that's really hard to see what's happening. It says rare.
Free in a way that's beyond this life. I believe.
What?
I believe the truth sets you free in a fashion beyond this physical life.
Okay.
That's why they don't hide it so bad. Because if you're entrapped by lies, I don't want to get into reincarnation, but you're probably going to reincarnate. The truth sets you free. And as far as the yoga is concerned, it's all about liberation from the cycle of death and rebirth. I don't know, so maybe you got something there.
I agree with that. So this right here is rare. The recording was made April 26, 1986. Oh, that was it? Oh, great. That wasn't much. It says melting. You can't even see. It says melting graphite bricks. But I can't even. I don't know what they're looking at.
Yeah, and plus, you don't know what you're going to pull up. The whole thing could be.
No, this is actually interesting. This is showing. It says Chernobyl, but it is showing that the melted graphite kind of looks like what you're showing. It's got like little windows almost, little holes and everything.
And think of that World Trade Center stuff.
These are. I asked you to see that, and you were busy yelling at me. You didn't get a chance to show me. Go show me the 9/11 stuff. Do you have a folder?
Yeah.
I want to see that.
One second.
So, I mean, where I guess I'm confused is that isn't it already assumed that everything that we build, like concrete and stuff like that, will eventually become dirt?
No. Yeah, that's what we think that with time, because it's so old that's what happens. But the pockets of survival, some of the pristine pockets of survival, they destroy that theory.
I think that picture right there is fake, by the way. The one up there with the big, go up a little more. Up a little more. That picture with that. What is that? Where's that at? You can't tell me anything about that?
That one's crazy. No, I questioned it too when I first saw it.
Yeah, it does not look real to me. Just the way that thing's sitting up over there on like a plateau.
Yeah, I'm aware of the magic of Photoshop, so I'm very careful. But this is the World Trade Center stuff right here, and like this is New York, so very similar, to what happens. That was and then they got weapons like micro nukes, thermal nukes, whatever they call them, or directed energy stuff. Yeah, definitely.
Not nukes. Whoa.
I don't want to keep you all night though, and I don't
know. I'm good. I'm done.
Is anybody even listening to us?
I'm sure they all left. I mean, there's probably 3 people watching now. But it maybe more because people were. This is really bad. When is this from?
I wish I had more pictures. I do have more pictures, but I would have to like go.
Well, I mean, if I were to ever have you on the show to present them, you'd have to do a much better job of like being organized. So you'd have to like run it by me first, because you can't just be that. Look at this picture and this picture and this picture is ancient aliens and this picture is AI and I mean it just gets
a slideshow. If I go do a picture, I'll just do like a slideshow and have them all ready.
Yeah, and send it to me first so I can look at them and if you can get as many locations, like that would be great. If you said here's a house in Wyoming on this such and such hill, I don't know, then we can actually go look into it.
Yeah, it'll be much better if like that a slideshow if I did do it, because what happened tonight was the resistance and from the arguing, which I knew would happen. It's okay, because I already know what her stance on it is and her attitude. And I didn't want to get all pissed off, but I get scared that I'm going to get censored. And so that's all I get.
We're not censoring you. We're not gatekeeping. And I'm open to any idea, but the idea that you're giving me, I'm just asking for evidence. Like if you're going to say AI did something, because I totally am not a believer in AI.
God did it. Not AI, God.
God burnt buildings?
That's what it says in the back of the Gita. He says the ancient civilization, it says that there was a war and they had very powerful weapons, and that the gods, there was a war with the gods. I don't know, the gods just did some kind of destruction. I can't tell you word for word, but it does talk about it, which is crazy to me, but it's in there. Look at this one. There's a little pocket of survival right in there, and it's all pristine. And you wonder, kind of like, hold on.
Now, see, to me, I think that's a great place to build. If you're talking 700 years ago, when that would be a protection. You can't get attacked.
When you zoom in,
I'm talking to you. You can't get attacked from behind, and you would be able to see anybody coming towards your castle. So it's a great. They didn't have alarm systems and cameras.
That sounds plausible, but this build, look it has a type of architecture. It's Tartaria, so it's a different type of architecture, and the rock on this one especially, but I can't zoom in, unfortunately, because I've seen, because this is the wrong picture. I've seen, look, we got people that are into this that have gone there already and taken beautiful pictures already, a bunch of them. So I've gone.
So can you gather that stuff so we can look at that next time?
Yeah, yes, I have them on my Facebook.
Okay, here's my deal to you. I will give you the floor. You can have 2 hours to do whatever presentation you want, but you need to come with that stuff. Don't come and say, "Oh, and I have pictures of this, and we got pictures of that, but I didn't get them." Take your time. Take a month.
I thought it was going to be a debate, so I didn't know how much detail.
No, I'm talking about. Let's talk about next time. Let's forget about the debate. It wasn't a good debate. Let's talk about next time. I'll give you 2 hours to present whatever you want, but you have to bring, number one, like some of the locations at least, so we can follow up, and number two, at least don't say like you said, "Oh, I've seen people make this video," or "I've seen people go inside there." Then go find those videos, and if you can't find them, then don't mention it. Don't mention them during the thing. Sound good?
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
I'll do that for you.
Before we go, if I zoomed in on this, you would see that the building becomes the mountain turns into the building all over the place.
Is that on the internet or on your computer? Because how can you not zoom into a picture on your computer?
It doesn't let me zoom in much. That's all. It's already zoomed in as much as it'll go because it's not that kind of a picture. They didn't take it at high resolution. But I have seen real high resolution ones, and you can zoom in and see that it's like kind of like right here how you see the rock right there, and then this perfect pristine stuff. It's not pristine, but right next to it.
But look how small that is. But look how small. Look at the guy right there. That's a very small structure.
And so the way that it turns into the building in such a way that you have to wonder. Look at when you build. This is how you build. It's perfect. There's nothing. You don't go. It's all unsymmetrical and it looks like damage. It looks, but you will never put it together because it's unfathomable until you put it together.
I think back in the day when there was warring tribes and things and going around trying to kill each other, then I think being on the side of a hill is the best location to be. It's the only place that you don't get attacked.
But you're mixing two histories. You know about Tartaria and that they lied to us about his story.
Okay.
And then you still want to act like they were on donkeys and they were cowboys and Indians and stuff. You got to let go of that. There was no fucking unadvanced people. That was a fault. Only after the destruction, when we got into the Dark Ages.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Right. Those. Oh, okay. So
I'm saying
there was a destruction, and then the people came and built these little pockets of survival into the destruction. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
That's not what happened. The pocket of survival. But look how perfect it is up here. It's just crazy, man.
Where's that picture? I don't understand what's going on there.
It's a pocket. Yeah, you still. We're in a different mind state because you still see mountain. I just showed you.
I don't see anything right there. I see a waterfall. It looks like going into a black pool or something.
And what's this? Rock, right?
Yeah.
And this is architecture, right? So it's someone built this on top of this rock and all this shit. No, it's more than that. I can't
see it. It doesn't look like anything to me. I don't know what you're talking
about. If I could zoom into here, it'd be more perfect. There'd be examples of where windows are half built into the rock and shit. There's a lot of that here. This roof up here, you'll see the rock go like it was melting onto the roof. You'll see that over it, and eventually it would, like, once you know what you're looking at, you'll know that if it would have kept going, this would not be here. All you would have is this. It's a pocket of survival, and that's evident by the fact that it's built into it in such a way that would be very difficult to recreate nowadays and impractical.
Okay. So get your stuff together, and we'll do a 2-hour, and you can present it. But you have to be a little coherent. Bring your stuff, practice for a month. Get ready. Have your stuff ready. That one on the right there is crazy. That columns that are next to the water.
I know that was definitely a building.
Let me see that. So why do you say it was definitely a building?
Because of the unnatural, perfect architecture that's destroyed. It used to be a lot nicer, but it's still nonetheless not a natural formation, quote unquote, don't exist. But
I tend to believe that because I think that underground, like there's just like the shell of things,
straight,
right?
Let me just talk about how straight it is. That's building design. When you build straight up like that, that's not something that just happens on accident.
Okay.
But then over here, it's got destroyed all the way, so you can't see this. It all ends up looking like rock eventually. That's what.
You got me. All right, tell people where they can find you, and let's go.
Okay, Rudy Bravo with 2 Ds. Go to Like me, I'm sacred knowledge. You're going to be hearing me about me from my music, but don't worry about me. Just go to Rudy Bravo. Look at my Facebook. You probably won't find it because I'm shadow banned. But look at mountains are melted buildings as a subject and realize it's being suppressed. So if you want to help out to get this out, be my guest.
Okay. And we'll watch this real quick if I can find it. And then we'll be out of here. We'll check out.
Does that look like a natural formation?
Sorry. Hold on. I know something. Be right with you.
That's not an actual formation. That looks like a temple to the love. Look at the sphinx in the cave. Jaron, are you there?
Hold on. All right, there we go. That's what we'll do. All right, join us, please, in 2 days. And tomorrow, if we don't have a debate because we don't know if Austin is going to be debating.
Can you see what's on the screen still?
Yes, the Sphinx.
Yeah, look at that Sphinx in the cave. No one built. You don't want to build that in there. It's a pocket of survival. That.
Okay.
And does this look like a mountain or a temple, or it used to be a temple?
I don't know.
It used to be a temple. So that's what we're dealing with.
But how do you know? You're just saying that, right? You don't have evidence of that.
Well, obviously, whoever did it doesn't want a bunch of evidence out there if you're talking about looking it up or something. But look at it. Look at the way that it's shaped. It used to, I believe that, I mean, us that know are seeing these sites for what they are now. They're not fooled anymore, thinking that they're just mountains. They're pockets of survival, something big that we get told about Eden in the Bible, that we think it's in heaven, someplace in heaven. No, it was when we were in our infantry. We're not really our infancy. That was us fully grown. Now we're in an infant-like state.
Yeah, they set us back.
Yeah, that was what we really were before, very advanced, not retarded, and it's not mules and cavemen or none of that shit happened. All that's just falsified.
What do you mean? There was never mules?
Well, like the story that they tell us is our past. You know how the West was one. It's just everything. And,
I agree. You know me. I don't believe in any of history. So
yeah, a lot of the stuff that they talk about, as far as, I mean, a lot of the writers and stuff. Who's the kingpin, the Pendar, the King Arthur? Really?
Yeah, I don't know this.
I believe a lot of those people don't even exist, and I know you agree with me on that.
Yes, but I've never seen a brick get bigger when you are heating it. Now, when you say bubble, yeah, it could bubble, but it's going to bubble not much bigger than it is. So I don't really get how it would become a gigantic boulder like rock.
Well, that's just what
happens.
Starts
right?
to bubble.
Okay, so we got.
Here.
All right,
here's one example.
Yes. Yeah.
But I don't want to keep you too long.
No, I'm just saying that picture there to me is not. You can't say that the bricks became that big giant rock.
This castle could have turned into a mountain if they had finished the job. It would have just been a big rock. That's what rocks are. They're destroyed civilization.
All right.
That's all they are. This place is ancient and old, and a lot's happened here.
Okay, you have 10 seconds. Say goodbye.
Peace and love, everybody. I hope we can bring back step back into our greatness eventually.
Sounds good. Thanks, Sacred. All right, that was the worst episode of Debatism that hopefully ever happens. Hopefully there's ever in a million, trillion, billion years, no matter what the AI does, no matter what directed energy weapons are shot down on my house, I remain in the pocket of survival, and I don't get affected by it. So, Friday, Saturday, December 8th and 9th, coming up is the Mount Meru Virtual Summit. That means you get to watch it from home. You can watch it in your pajamas. You can watch it in your bra and panties or your boxer shorts on the couch or even in the back patio with a margarita. It is allowed. We will not even know. So we do ask for clothes to be worn, as last year there was a incident in which somebody forgot that rule. So please remember that one this year. We would appreciate it. And let me bring up for you, you can go to trueearther.com. And, oh, you're not looking at the screen. Okay, where are we at here? Let's go this way. Nope, let's go to the share screen. Share screen. There we go. That'll work. It's not the right size. Let's get this down. Okay, here we go. All right, and let's get this out of the way. And get me off the screen. And there we go. All right, there you go. So you go to trueearther.com. It's a great little site. Number one is, oh, you can't even see the top of the screen. Let's move this down. There we go. So just so people know where they're going to get their links and everything, you've got audio here, which will open up the MP3 player and allow you to listen to Solstice, Equinox, or Mount Meru. And again, by purchasing this year's ticket, you get all the past summits as well. You can go to video, and you'll see that we've got Mount Meru placeholders here, just basically saying day 1 and day 2 will be here on the 8th and 9th. Here's your Mount Meru day 1 and day 2 of 2022. And then you've got Solstice and you've got Equinox day 1 and day 2. Again, by this one, you get all the past ones. If you go to extras, this is where you're going to see your VIP watch links for Mount Meru 2, your VIP virtual gift bag, your general admission watch links, and your general admission virtual gift bags. And just like you had them here, but of course they will not be there until the 8th. When we open doors, then you'll have your coupon bags and watch links ready to go. And if you go to help, that'll take you to the Telegram help desk. If you go to buy, it'll take you to the tickets, which are here at shop.trueearther.com. You can get your FAQs here. If you have any questions, comments, problems, go to this contact form, fill it out. We get it right away. We'll answer you within 24 hours. Terms of service, not really important. And then maybe instructions, just telling you how to go about getting a ticket. Here's your FAQs. But if we go back to tickets here, you'll notice that we've got general admission for 1 day, or for the, not 1 day, for this summit, or 1 year. And 1 year just gives you the next 3. So it would give you Mount Meru, then it would give you Equinox, and it will give you Solstice, and you get a $25 discount. If you want to buy just the past summits, you can pay $20 for that. It'll get you all the past summits, but not this current one. So probably better to get the 50 with all the past. And that's forever, too. You get access to whatever you buy forever. This is VIP. This is 1 year VIP. This year we're going to do in the VIP. They get 2 raffle tickets rather than 1. They also get to ask questions in the main Zoom room, and they get to go to the after party. The VIP after party will happen starting at 7:30 on Saturday. Come hang out with Austin and I. Should be fun. And then we've got down here, I know it's hard for you to see, but Conspiracy Music Guru is selling his complete album set, which is 5 albums, for $23 out the door. It'll give you the link. It'll give you some extras, some thumbnails, some videos. And then also we are trying to sell a Zoom dinner party. I wonder if anybody's bought one yet. I don't know. Which will be with Austin and I, and we thought it would be good to allow you to bring however many people you want to your house. So maybe you've got a family of 6 that you want to hear about Flat Earth, but they're not going to, maybe you tell them, hey, come over for dinner. And then when they're sitting down for dinner, you pop us on Skype or whatever, and then we start teaching as we eat dinner. So just a fun idea if you might want to. And I already had 2 people contact me and say, oh, okay, can we do this? Can we do this? So people are kind of interested in that because a lot of them have friends or bridge groups, or maybe they've got some poker buddies, and they don't feel comfortable quite handling it on their own. So why not call Austin and I in, and we'll both be there to break it to them together that their spinning ball is nothing at all. Okay, nothing at all. And that's basically it. And if you need to, once you pick an item, let's say we're going with the 1 year here, it'll take you to this page. You can click continue. You'll notice that you have options: cryptocurrency, credit debit, PayPal, Cash App. Let's say we go with crypto. Let's say we decide to do Ethereum. Click that, click continue. And then right here is the mandatory part. If you just put in your email address, and then you need to fill this out with something, which is a drop-down box of everybody's name who's presenting. So split by everyone would obviously get split by all. Alan from Space Audits, Amanda Vollmer, Dr. Kaufman, Andrew Whitsitt, Austin Whitsitt, Dave Weiss, David Avocado Wolf, Deepak, Foundering, Eru, J. Tola Media, myself, Dustin Harvey, Dr. Kelly Brogan, so on and so forth. Okay, and you can just select one, and then you can go through and click continue, and it will let you pay. And that's basically the summit. So we are hoping that you attend. It's good for all involved, including you, and also to get to hear some of the best presentations from these speakers. Did they go there? Yeah, I think I might. What is that? True Earther? I said True Earther. True Earther. Don't make up what I type in, please. All right, True Earther. Okay, so anyway, if you want to see the schedule, click here to see the 2-day schedule. You can see what we've got for Friday and for El Sábado. Okay, purchase tickets again will take you there. Let's go back one. And I think that was it. I need to show you. There's your guest speakers this time around. The app does work great. The app's on your phone. You can get it from the Apple Store for free. And then if you buy one of those packages, your app works great. And you can watch the live shows on there or whatever you want. Or you can watch them on the links that we give you. And that is basically it. So please come to this summit. It supports the creators. It supports me. It supports Austin. And you get a great deal for $50. I mean, you're going to pay $50 if you go out to watch a comedy show. Whereas this, you're getting 15 speakers, each with the hour presentation, plus some music, plus some raffle, plus some. So we really think that we are providing quality and, for the money. We think we are providing that. If you don't, then please don't come and just stay home and wish us luck. All right. Okay, I'm out of here. It's been fun. Not really. I lied. It's been not a lot of fun, but did I learn anything? No, not really. Guess I got a little bit of homework to do. Much love to you guys. I remind you, please do your own research. When you do, you'll never again believe all the bullshit you've been taught. Till next time. Hold on, I'm thinking. That's it. Yes, till next time. Yes. Till next time. This has been Jeranism.